What's your writing process like from then? Has it changed from then till now?
I actually wish I could go back to what my writing process was like then. So then I was just writing all the time and trying things out constantly and like running around to mics and I was always trying stuff on like friends and family, anyone that would listen. I'd be like, "What do you think of this? What do you think of that?" And then over the years, I became much more aware of what I was doing, almost to a fault, because I think I was putting so much pressure on myself. And I started thinking, well, what do I need to do to present something for a sitcom? Or what do I need to do to present myself for this? And it started like taking just the pure enthusiasm of wanting to express something out of it. And then there was a while where I was having major writer's block, I think because I just was only thinking about the end result and not the process at all. Normally, how I would write, and then the way writing would happen would basically be, if I'm on stage and I'm ad-libbing and doing longer sets, I would have stuff that would emerge in the middle, but I would have to be performing all the time to make that happen. So now I've tried to like have it where I'll like sit down and write or listen to recordings, even though that's totally brutal. I don't know anyone that likes doing that. And I'm not great about doing that, but now it'll be like, now it's kind of like I'll think of something that I think is like weird or screwed up, and I'll try to write from that. But there's sometimes like I love learning about comedy, but sometimes it feels like for me, the more I learned, I almost became like prohibiting myself from doing it because I was just like always learning about it and thinking about it and never having organic thoughts.
And I feel like some people, there's the conflicting the conflicting idea of comedy classes and not comedy classes.
Right.
And the people who are against comedy classes completely go, everything you learn in a comedy class, you should just learn on your own.
Right.
And that can conflict with that creativity, like you're saying. But I see it both ways.
I see it both ways. And I think that's kind of like saying like, well, you could work out with a trainer, but you should just go to the gym anyway and do that. And it's like, well, if you can afford to work out with a trainer or you can put that together and prioritize that, then sure, do that. Like, yeah, it's an investment, but it did, it's just like about, then if you are working out with a trainer all the time and you're screwing stuff up and you're just obsessed with exercise, that's a problem too. But I know for me, like there, I'll even still read like, I just I just like Googling how to write jokes, and I like looking at jokes, and I just like reading people's blogs, and I just like that. I like being around that. So like even when I moved to New York, I took 2 comedy classes, and it's expensive. And it was, one of the times it was really worth it. And the other time it was still worth it because I met another person that I would bop around and do shows with. So it's all just kind of like yes, you can learn all that stuff on your own, and you can learn it in a class, or you can do a hybrid of both. No matter what, it's still going to all be on you anyway.